I never met anybody as capable of loving any other human being as Urva. It's like her heart was open to everybody, to the person that she met for 3 seconds, to the one that she got to know through the years. And she always saw the best in other people. She always saw through them, right to their soul.
I first got here in 1998, and Urva was out when I was here for a couple of years. She was sick and getting well, but she is a legend, a total legend. I was like the kind of person that, you know, you kind of like your heart flutters when you see oh, that's Urva. So to meet her was huge for me. Esther was my mentor, and they were best friends for decades. And so, you know, I kind of know her life story from talking to Esther, and just a gem of a person who's been through such a deep, broad road, and just like, you know, cream to the top.
To me, Urva was down to earth. She was real, you know. Not to make her a goddess, but Urva was very real. As the years went by and me and her talked, she would tell me about the pain, you know, the operations, the illnesses, and she was very open about it with me, you know, and I would say to myself, you know, this woman is something, man, because she's really fighting to live. And it wasn't just the alcoholism or the addiction. She was really fighting physical issues to live. She was fighting emotional issues to live. Like, you know, when she told me about how she came from Estonia here, I said, damn, I don't know if I could have made that trip. Being honest with you, I don't know if I could have made that one.
We escaped from Estonia when I was 6 years old. My mother, father, and baby sister and I. Also grandparents and one young woman who had come to stay with us on our dairy farm for the summer. In '44, the Russians were winning. The Germans retreated, took all the roads, blew up bridges after themselves as they were going back towards Germany. But the Russians were advancing, and they were about to not put us in a gentleman's jail. This we knew about the Russians, because they had already come in '41 briefly, a few years before, and done a lot of damage, a lot of killing, a lot of murders. So we knew that with the Russians, my father and all of us would be killed on sight, not for being the mayor, but for being a landowner, for having the dairy farm. All landowners off with your head, not even Siberia. So we started escaping ourselves on a good September morning. My grandparents and we all started going with horses and wagons. We did get a ride to the seacoast, Baltic Sea, in Latvia. We left the horses, and a dog, Nero, was left way back as the truck drove off, far in the distance. Makes me cry right now of having lost him. My grandparents said, "You try to get on one of those German trucks. What are the communists going to do to us old people? We'll go back, and you can escape faster without us tagging along." And so they turned back, as did Helgi, the young woman. we did get on a boat in Latvia. And for 3 days and 3 nights, with mines exploding in the waters, the boat never made it to Sweden. It went where it could go, I suppose. And all these people were scrunched together like sardines standing up. And what's that disease? Diphtheria? Where everybody has diarrhea. Dysentery or something. Everyone had that. And I was squinched between these people and seasick. Rough waters. And then the boat docked on the Polish-German border. And these freight cars were waiting. And there were Germans, not military, regular Germans, like women, housewives, on the trains, saying, get on the trains, we have hot meals waiting, in a camp where you have jobs. We need help. We have work to do. And we have hot food for you all. And I think they may have had hot water or something to give us all. And we all got on the freight trains, glad of the news. Someone offering us something. And the trains went to Dachau. You know, I smiled because we didn't know the difference. But I'll never forget, and of course in adult life, I've seen Channel 13 like everybody else. You know, work makes you free. Auschwitz, Dachau. We were waiting outdoors, inside this fence, to be whatever was going to be, something about being processed. Eventually, the Estonians got wind of the fact that the Germans were branding people. They were branding numbers on people in that next section. And that this is what was going to happen to us. And that if they were putting, like on cattle, numbers on us in order to give us jobs and work, something didn't smell kosher, I was going to say, right about this, that there was more to this than met the eye.